Hello? Well, it seems to be live. It looks like nobody's watching at the minute. Oh well, I can hardly see the screen anyway with my reading glasses on. I've no idea how well this is going to work. I'm still tidying up my workshop, and this is the first time that I've had room like this where I can stand behind something in front of the camera. So I'm quite excited. So yeah, arse. A few of us ordered the Anycubic Vyper after my recommendation, and I've been looking for one for quite a while, and eventually found one. I got one on a deal. I did put in a lowball offer, but they didn't accept it, so I got it anyway. And amazingly, it arrived today. Like, I didn't think people were working today, and Hermes delivered it without any fuss. Wow, wow. They never turn up. Like, they always say they're going to turn up on a Saturday, and they never do. So yeah, he's here. It came. It's in the box. The box has no markings to say what it is inside. So I did sneaky peek. I did take a look, and it is a Viper. We need to get it out of the box really without destroying anything, especially my nice new work area. So nice foam packaging. We have a screen. Got the filament spool holder. Sorry you can't see what I'm doing. I haven't got a second camera with a long enough lead. Won't come out. Right, so that's just the other bit for the spool holder. So we have assembly instructions, power lead with the UK plug, bag of stuff, so some tie wraps, the most amazing amount of filament ever. What am I supposed to do with that? Chuck it. So the screws to screw the frame together, a few tie wraps, SD card, a little USB adapter, and a spare nozzle. And this printer has got a volcano style hot end. So you probably can't see, because I can't get close enough, just how long that nozzle is compared to a normal one. I'll try and show you in a little bit. And the USB lead. Put this out the way. I should be able to plug this in here. So this is the computer for the CNC. Right, that should be long enough. So, take the tools from the toolbox on the front right side of the machine base for assembly. Doesn't really say anything special about taking it out of the box. Hope that the top part just lifts out. Yep. So this top part just lifts out. So we have the top carriage. Flex plate. Is this going to come out without the bottom part? Yep. So this comes out. Okay, so that is our Z assembly. You'll see on the back it has dual Z screws, a filament sensor, and an extruder that I haven't seen before, but it does look like it's a single gear. And then this is our hot end. And the printer, the base. I'm going to come round and move this. Hi, Flibble 666. Okay, so the base, so it says there is a toolbox in the bottom. We have some very tiny snips, Allen keys, spanner, 2 spanners. One of them will be for the hot end, one of them will be for concentric nuts, and a cleaning needle. So the wire that goes up to the extruder, so there is a switch on the back and it is set to 230. Okay, so it says install the frame. Z aluminum beams must align with the groove in the base aluminum beam, or aluminium as it should be. Before we do that, I'm going to look underneath and remove the packaging. So there's a foam on that side, there's foam on that side, and there is a large tie wrap underneath. I have to do it my way. So I'm just going to cut the tie wrap. Okay, so before we do anything else, I want to check that the base is sturdy, and it's not. So there's a little bit of wobble in the base. So we have our spanner, and there are concentric nuts, and as you tighten them, it moves the wheel, so it's like got an offset. So we just need to adjust those nuts until not over tight, so we don't want to stop it from moving. We just want to stop the wobble. So that's making it worse. So go the other way. Sorry, I can't see who's in the chat. It's too far away from me. So I'm just trying to adjust the concentric nuts on the wheels. It's not happy. You see how much movement there is? I've got a longer one. Damn it. Don't know where it is. So the nuts are really tricky. No, still like it. This is the back one. Okay, so that's got that. So it's not wobbling anymore. I was moving the nuts too much. Okay, so that's a bit dirty. Right, so we've got the packing out, we've got the tie wrap out, and I've adjusted the concentric nuts so that there's no more wobble in that base plate. I might do it again in a little bit. Let's turn it to face you. So now we've got to put this on. Let's move our cables out of the way. And there's like some little recessed points in the frame where it sits. So I think I'm going to have to come around that side and hang it over the bench. I can have a look at the screen then. Hi Figsome Dude. The Vyper is actually a lot more advanced than an Ender. I'm surprised you don't remember seeing Joel's stream. So this has got all of the mods that you would want to do to an Ender. So it has magnetic textured PEI sheet instead of those horrible glass beds. It has 32-bit board with silent trinamic drivers. It has volcano style hot end, so it can print quite fast. And it has automatic bed leveling, much like the CR6. So this has got all of the mods that you would want to do to a CR6. Yeah, slightly bigger build volume as well. So this will print a lot faster than an Ender. Right, so I've got my fancy kit. And we want to put the bolts in the bottom. While we hold the top down. Sometimes this is easier to have somebody with you. So that it just sits in a little groove, and then these go up through the bottom. Just get one started with my hand. Okay, that's one. And obviously, when we do this, the hot end needs to be facing to the front. Okay, I'm not over tightening those at the moment. Now if we flip it around, we can get the other two in. I paid £280 for this. They've been on eBay in the UK for between 280 310. There was a few that were lower than this without any filament, and I did put in an offer on this one for £250, but they didn't take it. Right, so now I'm just going to tighten these up. Okay. Okay, next is the screen, and the screen goes on the front. Come on. All right, so the screen goes just on the front, and there's a screw on this top corner. And then there's another one on the top. I think that's a longer one. Yeah, so longer one. Okay, there's two screws on the front. We'll leave the filament holder for the moment. Right, so we're on step number 4. So we've done the Z, we've done the screen. So now it says insert the Teflon tubing into the extruder. So there's one of the normal push fits. So that just pushes in. But I didn't see any clips. So while we've got this here, I'm going to just remove these other tie wraps. And then there's another one that goes around the hot end. Okay, so now we're on to the wiring. So it looks fairly straightforward. So yeah, they've got little labels on, so like Z left. And then on the back, Z left for the stepper. Then on this side, Z right for the end stop and Z right for the stepper. And then another one for the screen. Okay, so that's all of those. The end stop for the Z is already in place. So just the wiring for the back. So yeah, I think it's a bit out of order saying to check this now. It's better to do it before you connect this up, because it's easier to get to those screws. It's not a big problem. So now we've got this ribbon cable. Let's turn it round. Do it from your side. Okay, so there's one connector which is going into here. So it's keyed and they click into place. And then the second one goes over to the hot end. And again, it's keyed and just locks into place. So that just clips in. It has retention, so it's not going to go anywhere. I don't like that. I think Joel spotted this. So as the bed moves back, it is going to catch on this just here. It needs to come round. So ideally we need some way to just hold that out of the way. Otherwise it's going to get onto there and like it could get stuck. I'm just going to fold it on itself. So I'm just putting a tie wrap through there. So that will just hold it away from the bed. So that's just a quick solution to that. So I think that's actually it. I think that's everything set up. Right, so it does say to use the zip ties to fasten this cable harness to the Teflon tube. Oh, I keep catching my wireless mic. I'm not going to do that too tight. And that will just help it as it moves. So another thing is to check the movement on the hot end. So just like the bed, we want to make sure that there's no movement from the wheels on the hot end as well. So yeah, that feels okay. Because we have dual Z, we don't have to worry about this sagging or being out of alignment. It has dual Z end stops at the bottom, and it uses that to do the Z alignment before you print. So it only has to do the bed probing once and it remembers it. You don't have to do the probing every time. It uses these Z end stops for that. So yeah, so after that, it's basically time to switch it on. So I've just got the filament holder. And that just sits on the side. Hi Ryan. I've built Enders. I built an Ender 3 Max, which I hate. That is such a piece of junk. And recently I built my Prusa i3 Mark III, which is amazing, best printer ever. Took me 2 days with a bit of, a few bits here and a few bits there to assemble the kit, and just amazing. Right, so on the back we do have a power switch. I've just turned it off. I'm going to switch it on. We have power. Yeah, so I have an Anycubic Vyper, and that is also not a good printer, but it does have a really good bed level system with the dual Z end stops. So if this is wonky, it will automatically level itself out, and it just means that it prints so quick when you're first going. It does the end stop, and then it just prints. One of the things that drives me crazy with the BL Touch is every now and again they don't work. And one of my printer firmware knows that it hasn't worked and it resets it. Another one, it only stops when it's gone through the bed. Really annoying. Let's use some fancy magic PLA as a test PLA. And I've also noticed that there's no bed leveling knobs on here. So nothing to adjust. Right. So it says prepare. Can't really get any closer. So everything is free. So prepare, leveling, auto level. Probing will start. Please confirm to continue. So I believe that it will heat the bed up as well. Did I do with the SD card? There it is. I like that it has a full-size SD slot. So this is now going to do the dual Z end stops before it does the probing. Yeah, that ribbon cable at the back is quite annoying. That's good. So that will now be perfectly aligned thanks to the dual Z end stops. And I guess it's waiting for it to heat up. Who's in the chat? It would be nice if it told you what it was actually doing, like that it was heating up on the temperature. It is heating up, I can feel it getting warmer. So I wonder what model is on the SD card. Yeah, some like either some like nylon to make it go round, or even like a curly support, something that I can look at in a little bit. It's quite common. My CR20 Pro had the same thing. So yeah, something that will like bend it around so that it will always bend out at the back rather than crumpling on itself. But overall, fairly painful assembly. Just the only issue so far was just the bed wheels being a bit loose. Right, it's moving up. And it's doing its first probe. Didn't crash into the bed, that's good. And it's doing a double probe, so a fast one and a slow one. The steppers are nice and quiet, all I can hear is the fans. So far I'm impressed. I really do think that this is a really good first printer. No bed leveling, and a nice, easy to use menu system. And I personally really hate the glass beds on the enders. I know Figsum Dude, that was easy. Just those 4 bolts. Connect up the screen, connect up the wires, all the wires are labelled, connect up the ribbon cable at the back. That's it. It really was that easy. It does go on about tensioning the extruder. It says the better distance for extruding filament is about 18 millimeters, which is on this, just here. And it does have Z offset settings. So I think the instructions are good, and the packaging is good, and it was easy to put together. Like I say, I think a really good first printer for somebody. Also, totally not sponsored, and I did buy this with my own money. How many more have we got to do? Two more. I can't see how if it's got adjustments for the belts. Okay, I guess the bed leveling's done. So we go back, and I think it says load filament. So go back to main menu, prepare filament, filament in. So filament, filament in. The print head temperature is too low, the machine is heating up automatically. So I like that it's prompting you. And normally you would cut the filament at an angle because it will help going through the various stages. So we have a filament sensor, and then a small PTFE, so it allows the filament to go through the extruder that bit easier. So we're just heating up 189, 190, 191. It is a little bit high, like 230, but I think that's quite normal for filament loading. $220, getting there. So I'm guessing it's slowing down now because it's doing some PID tuning, because it ramped up quite quick and it's slowed down with the temperature now. So you can see I've got the spool on the side. We're going through the filament sensor, through the small PTFE that goes into the extruder. So now it's up to temperature. I'm going to press filament in. And it's automatically loading the filament through. You must know that I've got filament loaded from the filament sensor. So we've got some white filament coming out the nozzle. It's difficult to show you. Okay, so we've now got filament coming through. And the old stuff is gone. Okay. Again, that was fairly easy. Let's pop the SD card in. Let's get a higher up shot. Can't really see the screen. No. Okay, so I'm just putting the SD card in. I guess we go to print. It says English files, English Vyper. No. So there doesn't seem to be anything on the SD card. I'm just going to right. So I've just went into Tools, Temperature, and set the temperatures to 0 so that it's not sitting there really hot while I mess with stuff. So I'm going to look at what's on the SD card now. So there is an owl. Just copied it to the root. And also it has Cura profiles for ABS, PLA and TPU on the SD card. And it comes with Cura 4.2.1. Right, I've just copied the owl onto the root. So print, refresh. Now we've got OWL G-code. So it's heating up the bed. Time is it? So yeah, heating up the bed first, then the nozzle. Yeah, I've just noticed that there's a light as well. It's pretty cool. And there's a sticker on here for a UK representative, Apex Specialist Limited. So yeah, there's details on there for actual support. Hi Lee. I don't know how long the OWL will take. So far it's not telling me. I'm not going to go into setting up slicers at this time. It's just a quick unboxing. So it's only going up to 200. So if you go into settings, you can choose the offset. You can turn the light on and off. I want 220. So that's pretty good. You can go into the settings and change things. Yeah, overall I'm happy. I'm impressed with this. But I changed the title, Lee. Did it still say CNC? Yeah, so there's an OWL. I've just started it printing. I have got my CNC. I've been slowly learning how to make printed circuit boards with it. It's just over there. Now that I've got this space in the middle, I can try to do more things like this. It was just difficult before. So we're doing the Z. Got to watch out for that first layer. Here we go. It's too low. I could hear it dragging on the bed. Think I went the wrong way? So I might stop that, start again, get a better idea. Should we get the camera zoomed in? Okay, it doesn't really give you remaining time, it just says how long it's been printing. Progress 0%. Yes, it does have a live Z adjust. It definitely moves quicker than Ender's. That's really nippy. Bryzal, what do you mean by a big build? Do you mean how long it took me to build it? So yeah, obviously Joel did a live unboxing, and recently Ben Heck did an unboxing as well, and had similar results really. I've been after one of these for a little while. I knew that it was going to be good. The Enders are okay. They're just too basic. So I don't know what. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about the print. It was just on the thing. It says 2% at this time. So I really don't know. It doesn't give you time remaining. It just gives you how long it's been printing. You can't click on it. So wow, 7 people are watching. Yeah, the light's cool. And like I say, you can go into settings, turn it off. I wonder how easy it is to get that cover off. I want to see what's inside. Yep, nice and speedy. All right, so this is it going to focus? This is a normal V6 hot end nozzle, sorry, and that is the one that's in this printer. It is a volcano style. Whoops. So has a lot longer heating area to heat up the filament, which means you can print a lot faster. Yeah, I guess I could look at that, Lee. Yep, volcano. I don't know if it's an actual E3D volcano inside, or if they're just using the volcano nozzle. Yep, big melt zone. That's why it can print faster than the Enders. So I'm interested to see how the nozzle interacts with the PTFE. I don't know how that works on this. So see how fast it does the infill, really quick. Right, while that's going to, oh no, I can't import the profile because it's on the SD and I bet it wants it. I can't take it out. It looks like there's a line going through it, like an extrusion problem. Oh, I'm just trying to get down. Not sure about that. Doesn't look bad. Oh, getting old. So I do wonder what that line is going across the front. I haven't adjusted the extruder tension. Could be something to do with that. Let's do a quick Anycubic owl. Just trying to find how long it takes to print. It doesn't look too big. It would be nice if it gave you an estimated print time though. So that's 8%. Bear in mind that there is no calibration for this filament. I just picked some filament at random and set a temperature of 210. So I don't know how the E-steps are calibrated on this. I haven't done any PID calibration as well. So the results on this first print could vary compared to what I can get later on. How's my wireless battery doing? It looks okay. So, does anybody have any questions that I could try to answer? So there's no music. They have a habit of taking them down. Even when I used music that was free to use, I didn't put the right details on and they took it down. Let's have a tidy up while that's printing. That's that bit. Hey Lee, that's another box I need to get rid of. Alright, so I'm literally got my lav mic up next to it. You should be able to just hear the fans, and that's about it. And now I'm standing at like arm's length. But yeah, it looks pretty good so far. I also haven't cleaned the Z screws, so could be potential bits in there from packing and things. Let's put the tools back in. I can see the Z steppers moving a lot. So the bed must be quite out of alignment. The bearings on my Prusa, they make a right rattle when you first turn it on when it's cold. But then they wear down, then they go down okay. You could try increasing the print rate. Here we go, print rate 130%. Yep, that's pretty fast now. So, shall I leave it streaming? I didn't really plan on staying all night. Or shall I let it finish printing while I finish tidying up and show you a picture on my Twitter feed later? The part coming fan. So I definitely need to check a few things like the Z offset, definitely. Make sure that the threads are clean and look at some way to better secure that ribbon cable at the back. you might start to actually speed up a bit now because it's not printing that large base section. Yep, that's pretty rapid. Yeah, it's just that info really quickly. Did it lose a step? Sorry. I'm going to slow it down again. $130 might be a bit too much. Still quick. So Frank, it's difficult to compare the two after you've used a Prusa. My Prusa is set up with multi-material at the minute, so it's quite a different beast. My initial impressions from first using the Prusa was it's just perfect. So many parts of it is just perfect. But that was going from like Creality machines and just stock Marlin. This, so far, the interface is good. Things like the filament loading and unloading has been fairly easy. So I would definitely rank this like if a Prusa was a 10 and a basic Ender 3 was like a 4, this will be somewhere in between, maybe like an 8. So time will tell. But one thing you've got to remember with the Prusa is the hot end and the bed are made for a wider range of materials. So like the bed on the Prusa can go very high and it won't lose its magnetic, won't lose the magnetic strength from the high temperatures. I don't know about this. Another thing to check out on this is if the trinamic drivers will recover themselves if there's like a jam. Because it has normal end stops, I don't know if it has the recovery. So on the Prusa, mine had a print failure and something jammed, and rather than just try to like move, it detected that the printhead had an obstruction and it stopped. And it paused until I went and saw what was going on. And then actually carried on, and it tried to recover the print. It knew where to go back to. So some of those features are very advanced. So until I spend more time with this, I can't say if it does those features. But as far as how easy it was to set up, how easy it was to print, nice, easy touch screen interface. Hi, I'm MCP90. Yeah, like I was saying the other day, maybe the new Revo, could fit in the Mini, which might help you with that. So, just an example, I printed this on my Prusa with the multi-material upgrade. I don't think that the Vyper is going to do this. So definitely with the multi-material upgrade, the Prusa hands down is the better printer. So yeah, Frank, another thing to remember is this is like £300 at the minute. So you could buy 2 of these for one Prusa Mark III. And so far, I'm impressed with this. Sounds like some clicking. So I'm going to just turn that up a little bit more tension on the extruder because it was making a clicking noise. Yeah, don't you think that's strange that the Prusa Mini hates Prusament so much? That's quite bizarre. Thank you, Frank. I'm glad you liked that. That was 24 hours of stress babysitting that bust. So far, it's looking okay. I'm glad I changed the speed down back to normal. It's looking quite good. Did you see that just then? That blob came out. So looks like it needs some tweaking on the retraction. When we did the retraction just then, it kind of left a blob. MCP, I'm not familiar with how the Mini works with its setup, so I can't really help you. I haven't calibrated anything. I just picked the owl that was on the SD card and picked some filament at random and pressed print and set a temperature for 220, which should be okay for this filament. So I haven't done any calibration of any kind at all, and I'm relying on the files that were on the SD card. So it could under extrude, it could over extrude, it could do all sorts. Until I actually spend time to create a profile, I will need to work on it. I also need to check the tension on the extruder. That was just stock. Yeah, I'm just was just pointing out that it's literally an out-the-box print with the file that was on the card. So But yeah, like you can see, there's that line that goes across the bottom. Let's have a look at the back. The back looks okay. There are no clips on the push fits, so the Bowden could be moving a little bit. So that's another thing that I'll need to look at, is putting some clips on there. Steppers are not getting too hot. Thanks, Lee. I'll see you soon, okay? So we're at 37%. So who's still watching? Let me know in the chat. Probably going to give it another 10 minutes, and then I'll kill the stream and show you the print later on my Twitter. So just two watching at the minute. Say hello in the chat if you're watching. So yeah, let's, like I say, 10 more minutes, I think. I'm supposed to be tidying up, not making more mess. Now it's MCP90. See you later. Hi, Robert. So yeah, once I get a profile set up, of course I'll show the print later. I'm guessing that you follow me on Twitter, Frank. Great, Frank. So yeah, I'll definitely post a picture later. We got 44%. So there's still a good, what, hour left to go really. All right, so thank you everybody for watching this first unboxing. Wasn't as bad as I thought. It could have been a lot worse. I'll have to watch it back later and see if I change my mind about that. But as far as the printer goes, I'm very happy, and I feel that the fact that I recommended it to other people, I feel a lot better about that now that I've seen how it goes together, and if they have problems, I should be able to help them. And obviously they can watch this and see if there's anything that they missed. I will calibrate and create a nice profile for this, and obviously if people want that, I will share it. But there are profiles on the SD card, so I will import those into Cura and see how we go. I might actually set up a profile in Prusa Slicer as well. I think that could go quite nicely with this. And I'm going to finish the stream and let this finish, and I'll show you some pictures later on. So again, thank you everybody for joining me. It was a bit like out of the blue, but the printer arrived today, and now that I've got my space, I can do this. So I did. So again, thank you all for watching, and the stream will finish in maybe 5 or 6 minutes. So Robert, this is so much better than an Ender. Like, this is an Ender after you've spent another £100 or so on the upgrades. The upgrades to the bed leveling, the upgrades to the spring steel sheet, colour screen, dual Z. It's so much better than the Ender. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, definitely look for the picture later. All right, so I'm going to finish it now so that I can carry on tidying up for a bit longer before I go home, and I'll show you the print later on. So again, thank you all for watching.